Man, oh man, oh man. So, as I reported earlier, or just, commented on earlier about the Elite showing up at New Japan Pro Wrestling and attacking Eddie Kingston, well, come to find out, Eddie Kingston went and got himself hurt in the no rope street fight with Gabe Kidd before the attack. Apparently, Eddie Kingston hurt his knee, and I think they're still waiting to hear what the exact injury is. But if I had to guess, he's probably not going to make it to the Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing. So, who is going to take Eddie Kingston's place? And it's a great question. I mean, off the top of my head, if I had to guess, I would say, Adam Page is out there, but I don't know why in the world they would bring him back as a face. This last scene, he had some heel heat, and I think they need to capitalize on that, especially with their world champion being Swerve Strickland. You also have Mark Briscoe, who I believe is still the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, but he could ride with Tony Khan. He could ride with. I can see him giving an impassioned speech about Tony Khan helping him and his brother out. They could turn that into a win there for Mark Briscoe. I can't really see anybody that's set up to do the Stadium Stampede match. I guess Daniel Garcia, although yeah, I guess Daniel Garcia. That's a stretch, but that's not exactly. He's not in the caliber of everybody else in the match, in my opinion. But it could work. He has beef with them, so yeah, it might actually be Daniel Garcia. But that's the thing with in the PLE in the WWE PLE, which is the Paul Levesque era. In the Paul Levesque era, right now what you're watching is a reset after WrestleMania, and they don't have their stars. So what they're spending their television time doing is trying to get everybody in familiar in the eyes of the fans. There's video packages. They're putting new faces out there, but they're letting you get familiar. Ilya Dragunov, Lyra Valkyria, Zoe Stark, um, Ivy Nile. They're letting you get familiar with these new faces and showing you a little bit about their personality, who they are, so you can get invested. AEW can learn from that, and I'm not trying to compare. I know people are going to kill me in the comments about this because I'm comparing, but just to get an understanding, because there's so many. There's a forbidden door for AEW, but it's a revolving door, and people are coming in and out, and it's hard to catch up. I study professional wrestling, so I'm familiar with most of these names, but for casual fans that are just tuning in, they have no idea who KM is. They have no idea who Lee Moriarty might be, Shane Taylor, Dalton Castle. You got to give them a chance to understand who these people are. And I know they don't have a lot of television time, but video packages, whatever they can do, backstage, interviews. What could work for them is the picture-in-picture backstage interview where there's a match going on, and in the middle of the match they go, well, let's cut to the back and talk to Dalton Castle, who's going to be wrestling later on tonight. And then Dalton Castle does a promo. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think AEW tried doing that once or twice, and they never followed through with that, which is kind of a running theme with AEW. I'm not shitting on them. I'm just being real. They tried different things out, like the cold opens that they were doing for a while, which I liked. Opening up with a video package or something like that was cool. Or a backstage segment, or just something different to spice it up. Video packages was really cool. They need to stay with the video packages, but that was also something that I was thinking that they could capitalize on, is doing a picture-in-picture where someone's just talking to the camera and putting themselves over, so we can get familiar with who they are. It gets people tuned in as well, But that's just my take on that. I do think at the end of the day, Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson and FTR seemed like they were all kind of squished together. You could do Blackpool Combat Club member John Moxley, I guess, but I really think Daniel Garcia, off the top of my head, is probably the best guess right now. So I do think that they need to focus more on cultivating their stars. So if someone goes down, you've got somebody ready and set, keeping that momentum so they're ready and set to be taken to the next level if needed. I just don't see a lot of that going on right now. But I know they're dealing with a lot of injuries, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how it pans out. So Eddie Kingston's hurt. I'm thinking Daniel Garcia is going to slide in. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Who's going to replace Eddie Kingston in the Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all for the new subscribers, my OG subscribers. Don't forget, on the way out, hit that like button, leave a comment, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Rob the Wrestling Old Head, the portal of pro wrestling. You have opened it and entered the vortex and all of that good stuff. And as always, stick around, stay tuned.